Hey guys, KMEI Monster here with guess what? Another high approach. So I'll bring the screen over here. We're at Key Field, and this one I discovered by accident. This is a HI-TACAN or VOR Bravo. Follow the mouse cursor, and if you look at the field, there is an Air National Guard presence here. So, of course, I'm looking for these procedures. And we're going to do this like the last one. It's going to be a treat. You're going to see me do this unrehearsed, so you can see my fuck ups. So we'll walk through this, and again, just follow the cursor. And what I've already done is I've already flown out to the initial approach fix, and I'm going to do a procedural turn. And I should probably clarify this. When you're doing this online with ATC, they're going to give you vectors to the initial approach fix, but I'm always doing these as if there is no ATC. So you do the full procedure coming from the VOR-TAC. And even when I am on VATSIM, I try to set myself up so I can do the full procedure because it's good practice. I know a lot of sim pilots don't like doing holds. This will teach you holds. Even though I'm not actually holding it, you will get at least in the habit of entering the hold and do a parallel entry. So now you'll see at the bottom, initial approach altitude 16,000 at Joppo. And you see that's the initial approach fix at 35 DME. And then at 20 DME at Vugmi, I don't know how to pronounce that. That's where we started DME arc. That's kind of what caught my attention on this one. Why they did it this way, I don't know. They could have just as well set us up further over to the right so we wouldn't have to do this, but I don't know. It's the way they designed it. And you'll see at Vugmi, 20 DME, that's when we had to be at 6,000, at or above 6,000 feet. So in 15 miles, we're going to be dropping 10,000 feet. Or, excuse me. Yeah. So and you'll see 26 here at Soto. I should probably take this step by step. Soto will be at 10,000. So, yeah, it was at 6,000 in 10 miles approximately. That's how much altitude we have to drop. And we're going to be on the 170 radial, meaning 350. So depending on how you want to look at it, when we make the turn, when you set yourself up, you're going to want to be heading 080, right? So we're going to be heading 350. We're making a 90-degree turn, heading 080, meaning adding 90 degrees to 350 to make a right turn. Or if you want to subtract 90 degrees from the outbound radial 170, that's where we start the DME arc. You'll see the lead radial here is 147. That's where we'll start our turn. And I'm always going to overshoot. For some reason, I always do. The inbound radial is 141. Approach course 321. And it says it up here. The VOR-TAC does work. This one does. It does give you DME. And we'll line this up. And what we will do is this, if you look at the angle, so this will get us in sight. This is like a VOR alpha. It will get us get the airport in view, and then we'll enter a left downwind pattern if I'm able to. Otherwise, we'll have to do a right hand pattern. I didn't bother to look it up to see what the actual what it specifies on the chart is. So bear with me on that one. We'll just try to get a left hand pattern. But that's basically the gist of it. If you notice, where did it say it? The hold here at the missed approach. So if you end up having to hold, you can see that's cool at or below 265 knots. So you could be above 250 knots. That's kind of neat. And it's at or below 6,000, at or above 3,000. So that's kind of neat if you're a jet fighter and you have to hold, because it's really hard to keep it that slow. Just doesn't like to work that way. Well, that's about all I could think of to run through. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and then we'll get going. I will keep talking through the course of the video, if you guys want to follow along, I will keep calling out where I'm at and what I'm doing. And I am using real world weather. Pull up the panel. Okay, so it's changed. The altimeter's changed. Winds are 010 at 10. So this would be a direct headwind of 10 knots. Not bad. I'll set the altimeter here before I unpause it. And you'll see I'm at 27 DME. So we got about 10 miles to go before I start the turn. And again, this is at or above 16,000 to start the procedure at tree 5 DME. But if you, actually, I should have showed on the chart. It's actually, I'll start the turn at tree 6 DME. I don't know why they made that different. Why not just have the initial approach fix the same as when we're supposed to start the turn? There's that 1 nautical mile difference. Big deal. We got 5 more miles. Trim it up a little bit more. I didn't really bother to set the drink too much on this one. I just took off, got lined up here. And like again, I'm not really a morning person. It's almost noon. I was up late again, so we're tree 4 getting close. Yeah, there's 36 DME. Start the turn. Clock was at about 30 seconds. See if I can actually time this good. The last video I did a horrible job of getting it timed. So remember, we got 1 minute. This is a 1 minute procedural turn. So 30 seconds, I should be 90 degrees if I did it right. I'm almost there. No, I'm behind. I'm going a little slow. So I need to pull a little bit harder, turn faster. $15 seconds to go. Oops, a little too much there. $5 seconds to go. Yeah, I'll take that. Nice to go back another 45 degrees. And we'll catch back up with radial. It seems so twitchy still. And you'll see how much speed we brought off there. We're over 300 knots, and I'm down to like 245. And here's where I'm an idiot. I probably should have set the heading bug to 080. I should have said that at the very beginning. Set your heading bug first. That'll help you out, because that's where you know to make that initial first turn. And the shadows during the day. Sorry, I've gone back in the videos. I've seen you guys don't see the instruments that well. I don't see them that well here, even on the screen. Intercepting 170 radial, so bring it back around. Maintain 16,000. And actually, I can be descending right now too. Jerk. So, at or above 10,000 at 26 DME is the next. And then at 30 DME. remember the turn, we start at 20 DME. A little bit right, off close a little bit. Not doing a very good job of holding 4,000 foot% weight. Almost at 2.6 DME. I'm at 27.5. Remember, we want to be at 10, at or above 10,000 at 2.6. So as long as we're above it, it's better to be too high. Dang, I'm not tracking that very well. Alright, so we're about 1,700 feet too high on this one. 20 DME, we want to be at or above 6,000. Alright, full speed brakes. That's speed brakes 2, there's 2 settings. I'm pretty low on the throttle right now. You see I'm at... I must have set that up wrong. I thought I had a hotkey for the percent RPM. Well, that's above it, so I'm at about 35% on the RPM. Sorry, that was field quantity. I'm at 20 DME, 6,000, and then we make the right turn. And I'm going to start the turn now, a little early. Okay, so it turns 10, so now we're trying to pick up the 160. Now the next point will be 3,000. So that when we get on the, so that when we line up with the approach course, we should be at 3,000 feet. Okay, turn another 10. Remember the lead-in radial is 147. Oops, turned a little bit too far to the left there. So lead-in radial 147. The approach course is 141. I'm going to start leveling off at 3,000 here. Speed brakes back to 0. Okay, set the final approach course. Let's get back to 3,000 here. Yeah, speed's down to about 220. Start turning a little bit here so we don't overshoot like I always do. I'm not doing a very good job of speed management here. So just trying to get back to 3,000 feet. I was low on RPMs. Turning, you will drop a lot of speed. You're going straight with this thing, she'll just keep going. When you turn, you will drop a lot. Okay, so we're at 18.2, so the next point will be at 10 DME. We want to be at or above 16,000. Come on, baby, get back to the tree. Well, at least I'm holding it around 2,800. A little bit left, of course. And right now we're at about 1.5 DME. So at or above 16,000 at 10 DME. Could be lower. I prefer to be higher than I do lower, because this thing, if you remember the previous videos, you'll remember that she will drop a lot of speed once you drop the gear. I'm not going to do that quite yet on this one. Let's wait until we enter the pattern. And yes, I know I'm high. I said 16,000 at 10 DME, but we got time. She'll bleed off speed in a hurry. Getting a little too much there. Speed brakes 1. To the left a little bit. Airport's in sight. And we're going to want to enter the left downwind for runway 1. If you guys can see that or not. There it is. And we're not on that, so no, I'm not making follows. Put the speed brakes back up. I think I had that one there. And let's go ahead and drop the gear. Start turning right, enter the left downwind. Remember, we had to be at or above 16,000. Right now I'm at about 2,300. So you see what I mean? We have plenty of time to get down on speed, or to get down at altitude, because we're entering the pattern. And then as we turn, remember, we are going to lose a lot of speed. I'm already revving the throttle up now, and then when we make the turn for the downwind to base and then base to final, we'll be bleeding off even more speed and more altitude. So in a procedure like this, I'm not worried about being too high. And I also got the gear down, so that's a lot of drive. Well, if you remember again the previous videos, don't have to worry too much about speed. Probably could have gotten closer, but I'm not going to worry about it. Low, crap. Go back to 6,000, 1,600. And no, I'm not going to do an overhead approach. My coordination not good enough to do those yet. Someday I will try to make a video of that. Someday maybe I'll have the balls to try it on that thing. And actually, when the upwind, I'm an idiot. I say downwind. See, I didn't have to drop the gear when I did. Dirt. Left crosswind, I'm going to give it some gas because I know I'm going to be bleeding off speed here. You can already see just starting to turn, I'm down to 180 knots. Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do, right? This is ugly. Alright, now we can enter the left downwind. Sorry guys. As I've said before, I am not perfect. Just ask She. Yesterday I totally fucked up Trying to intercept the white guys, of course. That was bad. And then the day before I fucked up, so just watch Twitch, guys. You'll hear me fucking up. Don't feel bad. What am I doing? Yeah, overturned. And I got rolled. Oh boy. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Start turning. Elevation of the field is 286. Feels like we're lower to the ground. Jesus, it's just like that now, back up to 2,100. Oh boy. And yeah, I could still walk and chew gum at the same time. And I completely overshot that. Wow, do I suck today. Can we salvage it? Let's find out. Flaps 1. Oof, my speed is high. And I'm full idle. Got a gunner. I'm stalling. Holder. You can do it. Come on, baby. Don't die on me. I'm floating the shit out of it. But we salvaged her. Try to arrow break it. Not too high because I've flicked my wrist back too much, and then the back wheels actually come off the ground. Maybe speed brakes 2. Flaps up. Can I make this turn? I think we can. See? Completely unrehearsed. And you can see my fuck ups. So don't feel bad, guys. Try it. And if you guys ever want to do a goof live, it's not like I'm a streamer. We can do it in Discord if you guys want to hang out. I'll show you my fuck ups in there. If there's anything I'm not explaining here perfectly, there are some people I've met in the community that know these procedures and are better explaining it than I am. Let me know. I can ask the questions and hopefully get better explanations for you. So, yeah, that was ugly, but we salvaged it. See what I mean? I refuse to go around because I'm too lazy, but this time it worked out. If you're still here, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Later, guys.